Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a fair amount of wood collection. Most of what we do here on the homestead seems to at some point come down to moving trees around. Cutting trees down, making logs, moving the wood around, splitting wood, stacking wood, seasoning wood, all of that stuff. So today I have something very cool to show you guys that is going to make life a little bit easier for me in the collection part of this process. But let me show you what we have here, kind of our setup for wood processing. And then I'll show you our new tractor attachment that's going to be make things a little bit more fun around here. Behind the GMC there is our outdoor wood boiler. That is where all of the wood gets burned, or most of it. Some of it gets burned up in the house as well. Before it gets here, it needs to be stacked and seasoned, and so this is where we have this spot right here. This is where I drop all of the wood, logs that have been cut. I try to get them cut before they get dropped here, so I'm not cutting stuff in this pile. And then I use the splitter and split all of it up and toss it to this side or that side and sort it out. If it's smaller stuff that goes inside the inside fireplace, I put it over here. If it's bigger stuff and different kinds of wood, I'll stack it out here. And so I have all of these stacks of wood that are placed right around the splitter. We have our new wood shed that was donated to us. That's all set and stacked full of wood. So this is all for the indoor wood stove. Nice out of the rain and seasoning. And we have a pretty good start to our winter heating for the outdoor wood boiler. So I have a few good size stacks of wood here, quite a few face cords. But before it gets here, the wood comes from various places. I generally source wood from, I guess, two general locations. Here on the homestead, we have 5 acres of mostly oak forest here, or somewhere else. People, hey, I got a tree down in my yard. Hey, I've got a stack of wood, I'm not using it. Hey, this tree service came and cut this tree down. They left the wood, you want it? And I'll take my trailer out and cut that stuff up at people's homes and then bring it back here and dump it in the pile. But when it comes from the homestead, I need a way to get it, and our property is not easy. Everything here is a hill. The driveway is a hill, the trees here, the garden, everything here goes down into a big valley, and then this all goes up, all uphill next to the house. And so most of the wood that I need to get is in this valley, and I need to cut it and get it out of there, which is a challenge, but that's where the best stuff's at. I got a lot of deadfall down there, I got a lot of good oak trees down there, and I gotta get them out. I've tried trailers, I've tried just using the bucket of the tractor, I've tried pallet forks, but today we're gonna hook up something new, see if it'll help. Check that out. So new forks. These are not pallet forks. These are specifically designed for wood. They clamp right on to the edge of the bucket. I know I don't have a cutting edge on here. With a cutting edge, if I actually had the edge bolted on there, this would fit a little bit nicer. It'd be nice and tight right at the edge here. But these clamps, so I did, I don't know if it was necessary or not, but I did clamp, put some pressure on the foot too with a wrench. And then you have the little handles here that fit in here, and those just screw down. So it takes just minutes to put on. And this is from a company called Garvey, and this is what is called a debris fork or a brush fork. Great for use in the forest, moving logs around, moving brush around, all that kind of good stuff. You can get the forks right underneath the log. It'll push up right on these slanted edges and get it right up on there, and then you can use the torque of your bucket is a lot stronger than your lifting power. So you've got that knuckle there where you can rotate the bucket up and pop things out, roll logs back onto the bucket, and then take them where you need to go and then dump them. So this is gonna make moving stuff around a lot better. When you use forks, just 2 pallet forks on here to move wood around, they're too long, they're not as strong, number 1 and number 2, and they there's too much space in between them. And that what happens is they end up spinning on the bucket, even if you have a separator in between them, and they're always wonky. I have fought with using pallet forks in the woods. So this is my solution. This is cheaper than stuff you can get even at the TSC and local farm stores, and they'll ship it to you. And these are built well. I mean, this is solid tube steel. All of this is just big, beefy metal. And so this thing I think is gonna last a long time. I can't see this. I shouldn't say that. I destroy everything. I can't see me even destroying this, but we'll see. So let's get it out into the woods. Let's move some wood around with it. Let's play with them. So let's get in the valley and start cutting some stuff up and hauling some wood with these things and see how well they work. Well, we have a couple projects going on down here that these are going to help with. Number one, I need to make a path more through the woods. This will be not all done today, but over time. See all this deadfall in here? I want to be able to access that. But I have a lot of this deadfall. Now, this is not good firewood. This is rotten and needs to be just moved out of the way. I've got some trash and other stuff I need to clean up down here too. Some of this I might salvage into some firewood, but you can see a lot of rotten things. And I want to make a path through here. So those forks, I think, will help me move stuff like this if I just maybe chop it into a smaller section. And I also have all this stuff here that I'm cutting through and getting moved. So I might use a tractor to lift up some of this stuff as I cut it into logs to make it easier. Let's get our chain sharpened up. We'll make a few cuts here, and then we'll start digging through this brush and logs and see what kind of progress we can make today. Well, that made some quick work of all that wood. This is about an hour's worth of work. I only have one decent path down here. It's a little bit swampy down here, so I've been trying to clear out an area, kind of a landing zone where I can come up and down this hill reasonably well. And so I was able to clear all this out, and those forks will move. I can pick up big long logs like this and then cut them off or cut them into logs while they're in the air. Stuff like this, it just pops right out of the ground, and I can just move that off to the side and let it rot and to kind of be the edge of the trail. Same with all this stuff. And I'm gonna keep making this trail go back up to the other end of the valley. But man, is it nice to lift those logs out of the air and cut them off the ground with that thing. And it lifts some pretty good sized logs. I mean, these are 14, 16 inches around, and some of the base of that was even bigger than that. All that's cleared out now. These ones are a little more dangerous to cut. I might actually use the bucket as a ladder and cut that off while it's in the air. But man, are these things sweet. I mean, I beat them up pretty good, and they held up really well. No bends, no breaks. They're not floppy on the bucket. They're really solid. It just helps so much to clear all this out of here. And then I just made a little landing zone kind of where I could put the bigger pieces and roll them off the ground. I really try to keep my chainsaw off the ground when I'm cutting. Now the last part of this is let's see how much I can load in this. How much wood can I get in the bucket without tipping the tractor over? That'll be the test. That's quite a bit of weight. Let's see if it tips over. Look at all that beautiful wood. We got a little more splitting and stacking done off camera, so we got another stack done here. Tons more wood to split, lots more to heat our home for the season. I'm honestly, I'm super impressed with these forks. This is definitely gonna make things a lot easier for me here, and I'm just trying to think of all the different things you could use these for, just carrying rolls of fence around, carrying stacks of fence posts, or other things around the homestead. Super useful. It's easier than loading a pallet up or putting the pallet forks on. These go on and off a lot easier, and they're way stronger, so I feel like I can lift a lot more with these things. If I really wanted to go big here and do this even better, I would get a grapple that would hydraulic grapple on the front of this. But this is a lot cheaper and easier than switching out implements. I can just pop this thing on, use it for the day, and then pop it off. It comes on and off really easily. So I'll slide this off. I'll keep it stored out here with our wood collection area. I'll probably find a spot for it in the shed, maybe between some stacks of wood or something. And this will get thrown on, and I can use this all around the homestead. Lots more wood cutting things coming up because we're heading into the fall. This is when I do, fall and spring is when I do the majority of our wood collection, processing, and all that good stuff. I have some new chains to show you guys, so stick around for a chainsaw chain, you know what I'm saying. And check out these forks. They are called debris forks. There's various sizes depending on what tractor bucket you have on Garvey.com. I always try to get discount codes from these companies whenever I showcase something like this, and so there is a discount code, coupon link, whatever you want to call it, in the description. So check it out. Go get one for yourself. It's a lot of fun. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Comments down below. Love to know what you think and what you do around your home. So what do you use to move wood around? I'd love to hear from you guys who have been homesteading and heating with wood for many years. We'll see you next time.